right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the Carmody Center on the campus of Gonzaga College High School here in Washington, D.C. Welcome to the nation's capital and welcome to the 29th annual Gonzaga D.C. Classic Basketball Tournament, where great basketball supports good works. I'm Michael Dommel and my broadcast partner
by this tournament. Can't wait until then. Please visit GonzagaDCClassic.org to learn more about those service projects and how to make a donation to support them. Right now, though, let's focus on the game. Dommel, what can you tell me about Gonzaga? What are their key factors, and what can they do to win this game?
Well, Gonzaga is coming off a strong season last year, winning the coveted Triple Crown, taking home championships here at the DC Classic in 2016, the WCACs, and the Alhambra to finish off the season. They've got 4 returning seniors, Miles Dress,
St. Andrews, 2 of their main players, 2 of their big guys, juniors RJ Planky and Przemysl Golik, led the Gales with 23 and 21 points. So definitely look out for them in this game. They should be lighting it up out there. They compete in the Baltimore Catholic League and the Interparochial Athletic Conference. They finished 2016 and 2017 with a 29-9 record. And they won the BCL regular season co-championship and the IPSL championship. At last season's Alhambra Catholic Invitational Tournament, Goretti knocked off DeMatha and was a shot away from beating Gonzaga. So just some history here between these two teams. Goretti's definitely looking for some revenge.
Yeah, we've got 2 hot teams coming in off great start, great seasons last year. It should be an electric first game here.
You know, I really can't wait for it. Looking down this Goretti Gales roster, they have a lot of juniors and a lot of sophomores and only 1 senior. So they should be looking to have some major success in the future. Gonzaga, they have a couple sophomores, couple seniors, couple juniors, and 1 freshman. So they're pretty well balanced all around.
Oh, yeah. Should be a heck of a game. I'm looking forward to it. We got tip-off in about 2.5 minutes here. It looks like teams are finishing up warm-ups.
I'll say. The coaches are Matt Miller for St. Maria Goretti. The assistant coaches are Sid McCrae, Sam Atupin, Kevin Simmers, John Zinyak, Dylan Leeser, and Landy Thompson.
And starting 5 for the Gales will be Josh Mack, Rasan Edwards, Przemysl Golik, RJ Blackney, and Abdul Simbala.
And coaches for Gonzaga, you got head coach Steve Turner. Assistant coaches are Byron Hopper, Devin Williams, Swan Hill, and Roger Garfield.
And starting for the Eagles will be Terrence Williams, Josh Watts, Alan Blunt, Chuck Harris, and Miles Dredd.
Good. Coaches are meeting in the center with the refs right now, so we should get started in about a minute. Teams are warming up, looking good. Got a good crowd here tonight. As the weekend will go on, we'll probably get more people coming down. A fair amount of Gonzaga students as it's their home court and the home team's playing.
Gotta protect this house, defend the turf.
Yeah. I'll say. It's interesting to see the brother aspect of Gonzaga. You know, you got 2 sets of brothers. You got Prentice Hub and Carlos Hub, and then you also have Malcolm Dredd and Miles Dredd.
Oh yeah, it's all in the family when it comes to basketball.
I'll say.
Quite a catchphrase you're developing. I'll say.
Thank you, ref. Thank you.
We just got a fist bump from the referee.
Live update.
Tip-off is fast approaching, and later on tonight.
Who's handling the film? Who's handling it like parent-wise, adult-wise?
It's time for game 2 of the 2017 Gonzaga DC Classic. This afternoon on the Carmody Center, as the Gales of St. Maria Goretti from Hagerstown, Maryland, who competed in the Baltimore Catholic League, are making their second appearance in the Gonzaga DC
Starting for the Gales, we have Josh Mack, Rasan Edwards, Prashemik Golik, RJ Blackney, and Abdu Simbala.
And for the Eagles, they're announcing them right now. You got sophomore number 5, 6'7" forward, Terrence Williams. Junior number 13, 6'4", Josh Watts. Senior number 15, 6'6", Alan Blunt. Sophomore number 23, 6'2", Chuck Harris. And finally, one of the key players of the game, senior number 24, who's 6'5", Miles Dredd. Gonzaga boys are getting the hype under the basket of their student section. Good crowd out here tonight for both sides. As we get ready for tip-off.
Gales lined up on the court. The Eagles in a quick huddle before tip-off. Should be underway momentarily.
Michael, what do you think the key is for the Gales this game?
Well, they're just going to have to be tough on the inside. The Eagles have a very physical, big team, and I think they got a size advantage, so it will be interesting to see how Goretti tries to handle that.
I was about to comment on that. It looks like Gonzaga has a slight size advantage in all of them, not only in tall, but they seem to be a little more bulky than them. So that should play into the Gonzaga's favor. We'll see, though, as tip-off comes.
And it'll be Eagles ball to start after winning the tip. Chuck Harris, the sophomore point guard, taking it up. Edwards swings it out to Mack. He goes inside to the big man, Simbala, who misses the shot inside. Oh, and a turnover by Dredd. And the Gales are on the board with a big three.
It's a much-needed basket, Michael. Get some confidence early.
It's Williams for three, and he's got it. Right back for the Eagles, 8-3 with 5:45 to go in the game, in the first quarter. Yikes. And it's back to the Eagles. Now Harris taking it down. He looks inside to Blunt. And Blunt has got a man below it. A big block. And just a reminder, Gonzaga is, of course, in white and the Gales in blue. And Dredd with the steal. Taken right back by number 23, Blackney.
That's 2 turnovers for Dredd early. He's got to go back to some smart play.
And Golik misses the layup. It's Terrence Williams taking it down for the Eagles. Watts looks inside to Harris for the easy layup. It's 10-3, the Eagles ahead early. Timeout Goretti. Off to a bit of a slow start for the Gales. Certainly you're seeing some of that physicality play in favor of the Eagles so far. Goretti hasn't been able to get a whole lot going on inside, have they?
You know, they definitely taken advantage of Gonzaga's mistakes early, though. I feel like it could be more of like an 11-point game rather than a 7-point game if the Eagles hadn't turned the ball over.
Okay. And by the same token, if Goretti is able to hit some of those inside shots, we're looking at practically a tie ball game here.
That's right. That's right. Most definitely. So for Gonzaga, they just got to play smarter basketball, and for Goretti, they just got to get in the dirty areas, got to get in inside.
Oh, yeah. It's all about just got to get those shots to fall.
Right.
It's the name of the game, I guess. Making baskets.
Got some action by the booth. That is a inbound the ball.
Golik taking it in for the Gales right here. A jumper for the Gales off the rim, and it's Eagles ball. It goes out of bounds off Golik.
No, I'm not a fan of that shot. He had two guys on him, had the opportunity to pass, had the shot clock, all that. Why take a jumper from out there when you could just drive?
Yeah. A lot of time just didn't seem to take the best option there. And Dredd swings it into Blunt. Took another jump shot. That one came up short. It's the Gales on the attack. Now they're driving, and he misses another shot inside. Again, the Gales just got to get shots to fall here. With about 4 minutes left, another sloppy mistake by the Eagles, but they maintain possession. There were 4 hands on that ball. Stout defense by the Eagles. And it's Harris looking forward. Williams in the corner, into Blunt in the inside. He's got the layup. 15-3 Eagles. 3 minutes left in the first.
It looks like Goretti's going to sub in their big man, Abdu, number 30. Good move by the coach.
Re-enter the game for the Gales, as will number 5, James Searcy.
3:06 left in the first quarter. Gonzaga's up 15-3.
Off to a hot start. Miles Stute of the Eagles.
That's what Goretti needs to do. They subbed in that big man, looking to play more physical.
Coach Turner not happy.
Not happy with that ball placement.
They've got Dredd trapped in the corner, gets it out to Williams at the top of the key. Swings it to Malcolm Dredd.
10 seconds left on the shot clock.
He's a lone freshman on this Gonzaga team. And it's a missed shot from Josh Watts of the Eagles. And Josh Mack takes it right back down for the Gales and makes it a 15-7 game. The Eagles on the counterattack. Dredd misses. Williams with a big rebound. Drains the putback layup.
Nice putback from Terrence. 10-point game, 2 minutes left.
And Golik's got it up top for the Gales now. This Eagles defense is looking very stout, but despite that, Mack with a big 3 over the top.
Cutting it down, seeing if they can make a late push in the first quarter. Just minute 30 left.
Chopping away at this lead. It's 17-10 Eagles now. It's Dredd looking for Williams in the corner, and he's just short. It's Mack with the rebound for the Gales, tanking it up. He's looking in the corner, and it's just to the right. And they're calling a foul on the floor against the Eagles. That'll be against Malcolm Dredd. And Josh Mack and Simbala come out as Rasan Edwards and Marielle Mading enter the game for the Gales. And they look right out to Edwards. Swings it. And back to Edwards. And it's a big steal there by Watts, and he stepped out of bounds. So that will negate.
Lean in on him. Just let him do his thing. Make him make his own mistake.
And so with 2.3 seconds left in the first, it's 2012 Eagles. And they'll inbound it. Dredd from half court misses. Coach Turner not happy, a little bit of disorganized on that last inbound from the Eagles, but certainly a strong start considering they were just a couple points ahead of the Gales last time they met at the Alhambra in the championship, I believe.
That's right. The key, though, is not being complacent for Gonzaga. They got things they can work on. You got to watch those turnovers, you know.
Yeah, certainly a lot of turnovers for the Eagles, especially from Dredd, the senior.
For the Gales, they figured it out at the end of the first quarter. They just have to be more physical. They did well. They let their defense collapse a little bit at the end there. But overall, I'd be happy with that latter half of the second, the latter half of the first quarter. The buzzer rings as it's 8 minutes left. 20-12. Gonzaga's up. You see Alan Blunt checking into the game.
As far as Goretti goes, what do you think they have to do to get back in this game?
You know, as I said a couple seconds ago, I just think they have to play like they did in the second half of that first quarter. You know, they got physical with it. They're really challenging Gonzaga. Those last 30 seconds, they really kind of let it slip. But before then, I think they were doing really well. They cut it to about like a 7-point lead.
Yeah, they had it down to 5 at one point. They're starting out in a 12-point hole.
That's what you got to do. Just keep chipping away.
And it's Mack is going to take a deep two. Malcolm Dredd with the rebound, passes off to his brother Miles. Takes it down for the Eagles. Back to Malcolm. Back to Miles. Gotta love the brother. And Miles finds Alan Blunt in the corner, up to Malcolm up top. And that's going to be a travel for the Eagles.
Scratch that. I think it's a jump ball, Michael.
Yeah. Terrible. Big mistake. Jump ball. It's going to stay Eagles ball. Miles Dredd on the inbound. He's got Malcolm Dredd, Alan Blunt, Josh Watts, and number 20, Miles Stute on the floor with him. And he looks up to Watts.
9 seconds left on the shot clock.
Malcolm Dredd for three, short. Rebound by the Eagles. Blunt's got it. Back out to Malcolm. Gives it back to Blunt in the corner. Back out to Malcolm. He'll swing it over to Watts. And Dredd for three, drains it over the big man, number 12, Meding from Goretti.
Extends the lead to double digits. It's 23-12 Gonzaga with 6:50 left in the second.
Edwards with the ball for the Gales. And now it's back to Mack. He had some free. Looks to Golek. And they're calling Golek for a travel.
Got to play smart.
Maybe a bit of a slippery court here. It looked like he slid a little bit.
Chuck Harris and Terrence Williams check into the game for Gonzaga.
And for the Gales, number 15, Matt Rogers checks out. So with 6 minutes left, it's 23-12 Gonzaga. Malcolm Dredd takes it in down the sideline, finds Blunt in the corner. He's got Stute on the inside, and Williams on the drive. Misses the layup. It's Goretti ball. Golek with the rebound. Gets it to Mack. A little trouble handling it, but he's recovered possession. Mack on the drive. Kicks it out to Golek for three, and Golek drains it. Chuck Harris bringing it right back out for the Eagles. So some signs of life here from the Gales offense, showing they can't hit threes here. What do you think about that?
Ooh, that was some good. Sorry, Michael, I just totally dodged your question, but we had a big play heating up on the baseline. Foul on number 30. Number 30, Abdou Tizambala.
Simbala's first. He's their star center for this Gales team. Had a couple big blocks in the first quarter. And it's Alan Blunt to the line. And Blunt drains the first one. making this a 27-15 game. And he sinks the second. Correction, now it's a 27-15 game.
For the Gales, they got to get their two-star juniors going, Golick and Blackney. Josh Mack's kind of picking up the slack right now.
Max certainly put together an excellent first quarter and start to the second here. He's on the drive with the reverse. Can't get it to go. Zimbala, they're going to call him for goaltending.
You know, it almost looked like it was going to go in without Zimbala. He might have just gave the Eagles a little break right there.
And it's Williams inbounding to Harris. The sophomore going to take it up. Pass it off to Malcolm Dredd. Back to Harris. And he looks down into the Gales territory, finds Blunt. It's back out to Harris to reset the offense with 15 to shoot. And he's found Stute for three, and he'll miss it. It'll be Gale ball. Josh Mack taking it out. Mack on the drive, trouble handling it again, gets it back out to Golick. And Golick finds Zimbala on the inside. He's going to go up and make that shot over a couple of Eagle defenders.
Good shot from the junior.
Smart play again. This Gales offense seeming to look more inside in the second quarter.
The key, in my opinion.
And it was Stute with the layup there to make it 29-17 with 4 minutes to go.
This Gonzaga team's not letting them get back in it, though.
I think it's been an excellent defensive effort so far from the Eagles.
That's right.
Zimbala misses that shot. And they've called the foul on number 15, Alan Blunt, underneath.
Good battle going on the inside by number 30, Abdu Zimbala, and number 5, Terrence Williams, that last play.
And Miles Dredd checks in for his brother Malcolm. One Dredd on the court. That makes it easier for us. And it's number 10 for the Gales taking the shot, and he's drained it. Number 10, that's Rasan Edwards. The Eagles, quick transition. It's Dredd with it. He's going to drive, pulls back, jump shot, and he's drained it.
That was a nice move to gain some separation, Michael.
Step back three extends the Eagle lead to 13 in the second.
3:15 left.
And Meding looks to number 23, Blackney, who's going to take a three. Can't sink it. And Dredd taking it down.
That's pretty early in the shot clock shot right there. I think he could have let the offense kind of settle down, run some plays, pass it around, swing it around, find a better shot.
Speaking of finding a better shot, Blunt faked the three, drove inside, but the Eagles could not capitalize.
Good defense from number 30, Abdu Zimbala.
It's Goretti ball. Blackney comes in an aggressive play, draws the foul.
That's what you need from your junior.
I lied. Nope, I didn't. It was a foul.
Hopefully that'll get the junior RJ Blackney going.
He's had a quiet night so far on the stat sheet. And he drains the first one. On the court for Goretti right now, we've got Meding, Golek, Blackney, Edwards, and Zimbala. A lot of height here to combat the Eagles' offense with Dredd, Stute, Blunt, and Williamson with Chuck Harris. And Blunt in the corner on the drive. That shot was blocked. And Edwards pulls up for a three for Goretti, and he sinks it. We're back to an 8-point game here with just over 2 minutes in the second.
Good momentum for Goretti. Seems like in the latter half of their periods, they've been doing really well.
It's Williams for the Eagles.
Foul 16. Sorry, not 16.
Team, T-E-A-M.
T-E-A-M. We can spell.
Yes, thank you. I've been going to school for a long time to learn how to spell team, and it's Blunt with the ball for the Eagles, and Golek knocks it out, preventing the easy layup.
Ball retrieved by Gonzaga PE coach, Coach Maddox.
Alvin Maddox, a legendary staple here at Gonzaga.
Wouldn't be Gonzaga without him.
No, it would not. The inbound goes to Blunt. They've got it out to Harris. Looking for Williams inside. Golek with physical D, knocks it out of bounds. It's going to stay Gonzaga ball.
Coach Maddox told me freshman year that I should try out for the basketball team. Never did, but he told me.
Well, probably best. I've seen you play basketball, and I don't know how that would go.
No, I had no clue where he was basing that that advice off of. Not gonna lie.
Back to the game. It's Harris up top. Swings it out to Dredd. Back to Harris.
Goretti's fallen back into
And it's
a
Harris for
2-3
three.
zone.
He's short, and Goretti makes it. Makes the rebound. Blackney taking it up. And Blackney on the drive inside with the easy layup.
About a minute left here. Gonzaga's up 32-26.
And it's Harris with the ball at the top of the key, 15 to shoot. He's going to drive, a lot of contact, no foul called, and he makes it.
Gonzaga extends the lead back up to 7. That's that key ball movement we've been showing from them. They've been out-moving Goretti in that area.
It's Edwards for the Gales with the ball at the top of the key. Harris
18
defending.
seconds left.
Swings it out to Mack. Bit of a quiet second quarter for him after a great start to the game. Eagles lead by 6, 34-26, and Blackney pulls up, and he'll miss. It'll be Eagles ball, 5 seconds left. Harris taking it down the court. He's going to drive, lay it up, and misses. And time expires here in the first half. Eagles took their 8-point first quarter lead, and the Gales shrunk it to 6 coming into the halftime. So certainly seeing some positive things from the Gales.
Right. Gonzaga extended the lead in the second quarter early, but Goretti, like they did in the first quarter, shrunk it down. I think that'll be key with them, trying to keep that consistent quarter play, ball movement.
Yeah, they've done a good job being able to rope in those big Gonzaga leads in the second half of the quarters.
Right. If they can play that way throughout the whole quarter, they'll be in good shape. For Gonzaga, it's all about just that first half of the quarters. They're doing well. And then it seems as though they get a little tired, maybe a little mentally fatigued in the second half of the quarters.
Maybe that size we were talking about coming back to hurt them a little bit.
Right.
Not quite as fit as this Goretti team.
Exactly. We'll see how it goes in the second half. So we'd like to mention the service trips that the DC Classic benefits, give you some more insight about what they are, what exactly you do, or they do. So we'll go through the list right here. Gonzaga offers multiple service trips in the summer for students, and some of them include Apopka, Florida, Camden, New Jersey, and the Dominican Republic. I'll go into Apopka right now. During spring break of junior year, a group of students will travel to the town of Apopka in Central Florida to live and work with the migrant farming community. A bunch of my friends have been on Apopka. Some of them are walking by the booth right now, and they had incredible experiences on Apopka, and that's thanks to the DC Classic and all the support they provide for that.
It's certainly a life-changing experience being able to spend a week with some of these.
Kitchens Project, a national organization dedicated to feeding those in need. Our campus kitchen at Gonzaga collects unused food from the school cafeteria, local restaurants and businesses, and works with the DC's Central Kitchen and Gonzaga's own McKenna Center. Students who volunteer at the campus kitchen then use the donations to prepare and deliver meals to the elderly and low-income residents in our neighborhood. The program operates year-round during 4 afternoons each week and is open to all Gonzaga students. Shout out to Miss Tobin who runs it. She is truly, truly the best at it. She's done some great work with Campus Kitchen.
Another service trip for students after their junior year who travel to the Dominican Republic. They spend 2 weeks living with families in a Dominican village, constructing sanitation facilities, and experiencing that Dominican culture. It's certainly an eye-opening experience on the poverty that these people are facing and the excellent lesson in cultural differences.
There's something about Gonzaga and its service initiative that makes it special, you know, and that's all that's thanks to funding coming from the DC Classic. So please, we urge you to come out and support basketball and support the service trips that we offer.
Yeah.
Moving on to another service trip, or service initiative called Food and Friends. Each Monday, juniors spend their lunch periods delivering hot lunches and groceries to the doors of homebound neighbors who suffer from HIV and AIDS and other terminal illnesses. The purpose of this program is for students to offer nourishment and a smile to the homebound, who are not able to interact personally with many other people.
There's also a trip to Emmitsburg, Maryland. Juniors lead the trip. After their junior year, students lead the trip together with sophomore and freshmen who will volunteer their time for the poor and elderly while living at the Bellarmine Retreat Center in Emmitsburg. Volunteers spend their time chopping wood, mowing lawns, and performing general maintenance and landscape work for the disadvantaged citizens in and around the Emmitsburg area.
That's one of the most popular retreats at Gonzaga. I know a lot of crew guys. Some of my friends have been on it. I know Dan Mulligan's been on it, I believe. Just an extremely popular one. Next up on our service trip and service initiative list, we have Grace Red Cloud. Following junior year, students may participate in either a two-week-long trips to South Dakota's Pine Ridge Reservation. Volunteers learn about the Lakota culture while working with the Red Cloud Indian School and assist nearby families. Another extremely popular service retreat at Gonzaga. A lot of my friends have gone on it. They've loved it. It's been a truly eye-opening trip.
Of course, we have the McKenna Center. McKenna Center is the only fully functional homeless shelter on a high school campus in America, and we're very proud of that. It's located, of course, on campus of our school. It's named for Father Horace McKenna, a Jesuit who lived here at Gonzaga. Nearly every day of the school year, students volunteer to provide breakfast and lunch to the homeless served at the McKenna Center. It also serves as a hypothermia shelter during the colder months. Typically, upperclassmen help out with breakfast, while underclassmen will volunteer for lunch shifts, guided by senior leaders and campus ministry leaders.
Next up, in coordination with the McKenna Center, we have McKenna's Wagon. And every Wednesday evening, 3 sophomores, 1 senior, and 1 faculty member volunteer on McKenna's Wagon, a soup kitchen on wheels named for Gonzaga's own Father Horace McKenna and operated by Martha Stable. They stop in 2 parks in downtown Washington and serve soup and sandwiches to over 100 homeless people. Students receive an opportunity to relate directly with the hungry and the homeless of Washington, D.C.
A trip to New Orleans, Louisiana is one of the latest initiatives in response to the continuing cry for assistance from the communities affected by Katrina. Rising seniors travel to New Orleans' St. Bernard Parish, where they assist in the rebuilding of lives and reconstruction. And about 500 lunches are served for the needy in the city.
You guys need cookies, Randy? You need a break? Are you all right? Want cookies? I mean, you need more water or cookies or anything?
While serving at So Others Might Eat, students consider issues of homelessness while serving food to the people of Washington who would otherwise go hungry. And this is just an awesome experience to be able to see the poverty around Gonzaga, which you wouldn't see otherwise. Certainly eye-opening to definitely some of the problems we still have in this country.
Very eye-opening, very eye-opening. It helps young students really get involved with their community, get involved with potentially maybe like lobbying Congress on behalf of these people. It's truly amazing to see. Finally, our last service initiative and trip is Ecuador. In 2011, the Ecuador Service Project started. Gonzaga students and 2 chaperones traveled to the capital city of Quito. They served in the Working Boys Center, which was created by Padre Juan S.J. in 1964. The center helps working boys and their families in teaching them trades, providing educational, financial assistance. They also provide free clinics It serves over 400 families annually and is known throughout South America. The Gonzaga students also help tutor adults and boys at the center.
And with that, we've got about just under a minute left in halftime here. The Eagles have finished their warm-ups, and so have the Gales. Getting ready to begin the second half. So what are some things Goretti should focus on to close this gap here in the second half?
So my keys to the game for the Goretti Gales is that they really need to get settled on offense. It seems like for them they're just pulling up for jumpers, kind of doing their own thing, not really playing like a team. If they really pass it along, really run the shot clock down, really get comfortable in this game, I feel like they can close the deficit like they did at the end of those 2 quarters.
Yeah, I certainly think the Eagles' biggest advantage has been with their ball movement in this first half.
That's right.
Been able to find better shot selections and just getting hurt in the second half of the quarters, not being able to keep up with this fast-paced Gales offense. Yeah, that might be an advantage of their style of play rather than winding down the shot clock like the Eagles like to do. They like to just get that quick shot off, and seems to be wearing down the Eagles defensively.
All right, inbounding the ball, we have number 20, Golick. Passes it off to number 4, Josh Mack, as the second half begins. Hands it off to Mack again. Alley-oop, nice layup. Cuts the lead to 6, pardon me. Chuck takes it up court, number 23, hands it off to Anwar, back to Chuck. Takes it back out, resets.
Pretty shocking development in this game. I cannot do math, simple math. I thought the Eagles had a 6-point lead, but 34 minus 26 equals 8, not 6.
Not 6. As a 3 is knocked down by number 20, Golick. That junior who had 21 points in their last game, getting going in the second half. As the Eagles take it back up, hands it up to Chuck, number 23. Back to Miles Dredd, number 24. Terrence Williams has it, hands it off to Anwar Gill, back to Terrence for 3, and it's good. Lead extends to 6.
The Eagles offense certainly needed that boost. The Gales off to a hot start in this second half, something we haven't seen from them in this game.
That's right. Number 10 hands it off to number 20, Golick. Down in defense as the lead is 5 with 5:21 to go. Jump shot by number 20. In and out. Back to Miles, driving it up court. Loses control of it. It'll stay Gonzaga ball with 5:11 left. Number 5, James Searcy checks in with number 12, Mariel Meding.
On the court for the Eagles is Josh Watts, Alan Blunt, Terrence Williams, Chuck Harris, and Miles Dredd, who just hits a big 3 for the Eagles.
It's a needed 3, extends the lead back up to 8. As number 4, Josh Mack takes it up the court.
Back out to 8, as it was during halftime. 8.
Number 4 working on number 23.
Take a timeout taken by Goretti.
It seems like the opposite of the quarters they've been playing. They got out to a fast start, but now it looks like Gonzaga's settling in and getting back to the lead they had earlier.
Yeah, I guess if you change directions, that can happen. Maybe the court's slanted or something.
That's right, that's right.
So we got to check that out, bust out the old level.
We'll see. It's Prentice Hub, in the huddle with Gonzaga. That's what you like to see. Injured, but still supporting the team.
Big blow to the Eagles. He was one of their star players last year on their Triple Crown run.
Definitely devastated when they heard the news.
And Meding and Rogers are in this game for the Gales, along with Edwards, Blackney, and number 5.
First one to make it 44-35 Gonzaga with an over for them.
And the Eagles here relying on their youth right now. They don't have a single upperclassman on the court. 4
Developing the
sophomores.
players. Nice steal from
freshman.
Malcolm Dredd. Dishes it off to Chuck. Foul drawn. Foul number 23, RJ Blackney. He's been racking up the fouls. They might have to look at taking him out.
And that's 6 for Goretti. Puts Gonzaga in the bonus with the next foul.
2 shots coming up.
It's been a sloppy start to this quarter defensively from Goretti. 3 fouls already in the first minute.
It's 3 points for Gonzaga. They've been hitting their free throws as Chuck nails the first one.
On the court for the Gales, number 12, Mario.
And with that, Gonzaga now shooting 86% from the line. Certainly they're going to take those free throw points straight to the bank against this team.
Second one good for Chuck as Gonzaga continues their press. Make Goretti feel uncomfortable. Oh, wow. That was a nice play by number 23, RJ Blackney, as he took it in, slammed it down, and drew the foul.
That hurt to watch. That was crazy.
Maybe that'll spark the Goretti offense, see if they can get something going as he goes to the line. Can't make the first one, but foul number 12, Malcolm Dredd.
Held it on 5 there, Terrence Williams.
Oh, really?
Looked like a foul on 12.
It's interesting. Josh Mack bringing it up the floor. Pulls up. Not the greatest of shots, but rebound by number 30, Simbala. Dances around the rim. Miles Dredd has it. Driving up court. Hands it off. No good for Gonzaga. Mack bringing it up again. Deep 3 by Mario, but does not go in. Timeout Gonzaga.
Coach Turner did not like what he saw on that. It was a bit of sloppy ball handling.
Sloppy play on both ends, though. Goretti had the chance to really gain momentum after that pretty intense dunk by RJ Blackney, but so far has not capitalized.
No, a lot of sloppy plays, both sides missing easy layups for both teams there. So certainly for Goretti, can't come back if you can't hit a layup. And the Eagles not going to be able to protect this lead if they're not able to hit shots.
Exactly, sloppy play on both sides. However, though, interesting, Gonzaga's free throw percentage has gone up significantly, along with their rebound differential compared to Goretti. So they're controlling those, and I think they're controlling the game right now with 6 minutes left, up 16.
In this fourth quarter, the Eagles have rebounded Goretti, out-rebounded them 5-1.
You can't have that if you're trying to get back in the game.
Absolutely not. This Goretti team has to be more physical down low, and we saw it at the beginning of the game. The size advantage for the Eagles slowly becoming a bigger factor in this game.
Yep. Watson bounds it to Dredd. Back to Watts. Hands it out to Terrence, to Miles. Back to Chuck. Chuck pulls up on the baseline, in and out. Nice rebound by Goretti. Number 23, Blackney, pushes it up. Hands it off to number 10, Rashawn Edwards. Golick has the ball now. Kicks it back. Golick still has the ball. Hands it off to number 5, James Searcy. To number 10, Rashawn Edwards. Nice move by Rashawn Edwards. Drives it in, and that layup was nice. Created separation with Miles Dredd and got the layup to go.
Goretti's going back to this press. Hasn't been effective against the Eagles offense so far.
Not at all. As number 13, Josh Watts takes the shot and makes it. Goretti pushing it up though.
Eagles back out to a 16-point lead with just under 5 to go.
Rashawn passes to no one, but gets it back. Golick has the ball. Pressed up on Miles. Foul number 13, Josh Watts.
He doesn't like it.
Nope.
Not one bit.
Not one bit. 1-1 coming up for Goretti.
8 fouls for Gonzaga.
It's not what you like to see.
The Gales number 23, RJ.
23, RJ Blackney to the line.
And the water.
He's had a big night with that highlight reel dunk.
Oh, yeah. Sinks the front end of the 1-and-1. He'll have another one coming up. 17 points in the game so far. Leading scorer for Goretti.
Now in for Goretti.
And Josh Mack, an electric first quarter. Hasn't done much since then. Only 9 points on the game.
Nope. RJ makes the latter half of the 1-and-1 as number 5, James Searcy, goes out for number 4, Josh Mack. Another press by Goretti. Hasn't been too effective so far as Miles Dredd takes it up the court. Back over to Chuck. Good ball movement. That's Terrence Williams now has the ball. Sets it back up, gives it to Chuck.
And the Eagles just trying to take as much time off the shot clock as they can.
Exactly. Nice look inside to Stute, who back to Watts in the corner for 3, does not fall. Good hustle by Gonzaga though as they get their own rebound, and Terrence Williams with the bucket.
Aggressive play underneath by Stutes to get that ball to Williams.
Good hustle. The lead is now 18 with 3:21 left in the fourth quarter. RJ Blackney with the ball, hands it off to Josh Mack. Pulls up for 3 and it's good. Timeout by Goretti.
Goretti seems to be struggling. Can't play with the aggressiveness they need to have down the stretch to come back.
No, I think that that full court trap's not really working for them. Maybe they should fall back a little bit, get in the half court, see what they can do, applying pressure in the half court.
Yeah, at this point in the game, though, you got to wonder if they can afford it even. With Gonzaga able to take 30 seconds off the clock with each possession.
That's fair. That's fair.
Getting fans waving at us from the crowd.
Just got so many fans in the crowd right now. People taking photos. It's hard being the life of a sports broadcaster.
They say come to the games for the players, but I think in reality, people are here just to watch the broadcasters.
We all know the reason why.
Oh yeah.
For matching the new Gonzaga Patagonias while Domel's rocking a Christmas-themed Santa tie.
It is December.
It is December.
So
unfortunately cannot say I have a Christmas tie. I got a purple one, but it'll do.
I suppose.
Students still supporting the Purple Army as they take the court again with 3:10 left in the game. Watts inbounding the ball. Hands it off. Back to Watts. Goretti press working. But Gonzaga clears it. Looking to set back up. Chuck Crawford at the top of the key. Hands it off to Miles. Sloppy pass for Miles to Watts, and Gonzaga turns the ball over.
Now the court for the Gales, number 20.
Mix it up a little.
Number 12, Mario Matty.
It's Goretti ball here.
RJ Blackney inbounding the ball to Mack. Back to Blackney as he takes it up. Screen by Matting. Deep 3 for Goretti. Does not fall. Stute with the good rebound. Hands it to Watts. Cross court pass to Miles. It's Goretti ball as Gonzaga turns it over for the second straight possession.
Just under 2.5 minutes though. Goretti just not able.
They need to get something going. Mack brings up the ball. Driving in, hands it off to Golick. Foul on Gonzaga. That's their 9th.
One away from going into double bonus. So.
Foul on number 20, Miles Stute. As Alan Blunt checks in the game for him. Golick at the line, front end of the 1-on-1. Drains it. Cuts the lead to 14. Second shot coming. Goes 2 for 2. Lead is 13 with 2:18 left in the game. Watts taking out the ball. Hands it off to Miles. Possibly trying to light a spark under Goretti.
A minute 59 to come back, 13 points. That's the 10th foul for the Eagles.
One shot coming. Drains it. 12-point lead, chipping away.
Goretti has played the second half of this quarter. Been very smart defensively, haven't given up any fouls.
Coach T says to just get it in as Alan Blunt gets the ball, but has foul on Goretti as they shove him out of bounds. Golick with the foul, and it'll be Gonzaga 1-1. Alan Blunt taking the shots for Gonzaga. Makes the first one. It's a 13-point lead for Gonzaga with 1:56 left in the game. Second half of the 1-on-1 coming. Makes it 2. Gonzaga's been very good from the line in the second half. As Edwards takes it up. 1 for Terrence Williams. Sinks it.
Williams, along with Harris, was on this team last year as a role player and now stepped up into a starting role.
I think he really blossomed in the second half of that year. Really found his position and embraced it.
Oh yeah, and he's come out strong in the first half of this year.
Exactly. He's got 22 points in this game. As he misses the second. Very rare miss for Gonzaga this quarter. As Josh Mack takes up the ball, hands it off to RJ Blackney. Trying to make something happen, drives in. Layup off the mark as Terrence Williams gets the rebound. Hands it off to Harris.
70 seconds to go.
Gonzaga calls the timeout. Coach T didn't like what he saw.
And Carlos Hub into the scoring table, and he'll check in for the Eagles for the first time tonight.
Another awesome brother combination we like to see on this Eagles basketball team. You got brother Prentice Hub and Carlos Hub playing side by side. Carlos Hub's a sophomore, Prentice is a senior. Good story.
Again, the Prentice not able to play with his brother this year with that torn ACL.
Yep. Wish him the best as he goes off to Notre Dame next year to play basketball. Should have a very successful career there and maybe even go in the NBA.
That's looking down the road. We'll see. In the meantime, his brother Carlos looking to blossom under Coach Turner's direction.
Miles Dredd taking in the ball.
And the Eagles, with a 15-point lead, can just enjoy the last 70 seconds of this game.
I agree. See what they can do. Run down the clock. Harris taking the ball up.
To the court for the first time for the Gales tonight. It'll be a double-double for the Eagles after this. In the meantime, Glenn has a 1-and-1.
Takes the first one. $52 seconds left as he's getting ready to shoot a second. And he drills it. James Searcy taking the ball up for the Gales. Seeing what they can do. Hands it off to Golick. To number 14, Briggs McLean for 3. That does not fall. Good hustle by Gonzaga. As Watts gets the ball, hands it off to Harris. Back to Watts, back to Miles, back to Harris. Running down the clock with 26 seconds left in the game.
17-point lead for the Eagles.
Harris has the ball on the top of the key.
And
They'll just hold it. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Harris takes a 3. Doesn't fall. Rebound by Goretti with 8 seconds left. Trying to drive in. James Searcy drives in, makes the layup, cuts the lead to 15.
And that'll end the game. That'll do it.
That'll do it. Solid game from Gonzaga all around. Has some things to work on, but overall I thought their performance was very dominant.
Certainly handled those first and fourth quarters well. Struggled a bit in the middle. Playing Goretti even, essentially, for those 2 quarters.
Great game by number 5, Terrence Williams, who had 22 points, and number 24, Miles Dredd for the Eagles, who had 19 points.
Okay, let me get you down here, get you going.
You were doing a good job last time, so.
You want to stick with it, then?
Yeah.
All right. I apologize. I didn't have
All right. Wow.
I'm going to have to get used to this again.
Yeah, no, it sounds really weird now, but... Sweet. All right.